Yeah, welcome back. This is still Gozi Accounting Academy. In today's lecture, we're going to look at the subject, major factors affecting cost behavior. Principal factors that affect cost behavior. We saw in our previous lecture what cost behavior is. We've also seen why it is important to study cost behavior. Now we want to know the major factors that usually affect cost behavior. There are two principal factors that affect cost behavior. These are volume of activity and time. Now let's take the first one, which is volume of activity. Generally speaking, whenever level of activity is high, one would naturally expect cost of activity to also go up. So it is natural. So volume of activity definitely will have some telling effect on cost. So that is why it is a major factor. In fact, it is through volume of activity also that we're able to classify costs and how they behave into fixed and variable elements, as we shall see in our subsequent lecture. Now, the second factor that used to affect cost behavior is time. Time. In fact, there is very strong relationship between cost of an activity and time. Why do we say this? We say this because if you do some estimates of cost, it may remain the same and may work well for you in the short term, but in the long term, it may not remain the same. Why do we say this? Take for instance, if you're estimating what the rent for your factory will be in the next 10 years. Now, will it be wise to use the rent you are paying now as basis for that estimate in the next 10 years? It's unlikely. Why? Because you do not know what the economy will be like then, and the rate might not continue at the same rate. So time will definitely affect costs. The other way also, in the things like technology is always changing. You cannot say what happens to the technology you are using in the factory now in the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, technology might change. There might be better ways of doing things, doing it in a more efficient manner with less cost. So time has telling effect, tremendous effect on cost behavior. So that's why it's also a major factor. So we have looked at the two major factors that used to affect cost behavior. One is volume of activity and the other is time. In our next lecture, we're going to look at cost behavior patterns that are popular in practice. In the meantime, try to like our videos, subscribe to our channel. This is still Gozi Accounting Academy. Bye for now.